Okay, you guys should be able to hear me now. Restream is really giving me a lot of issues. Let's see if I'm live at least on... I am live here. Okay, you guys should be able to hear me now. Maybe I'm logged into the wrong restream. We'll close that. I'm just quickly logging into... So what happens if you use different email addresses for every single thing that you do. Okay, I have found it. Let's pull up the chat over here. We'll pause it there. Okay, hopefully I can see the chat here. Otherwise I'll have to open YouTube. Okay. Thought I'd give you guys an update on what's up. As things are happening in the market, it was all doom and gloom. But that's how it always is at the bottoms. Commodities, it's a good reading of inflation. Not much going on here. Just a little bit of a dip. We're still consolidating. We might need this to expand for BTC to really get going, or your risk assets. Bitcoin dominance. Everybody has been trying to call the top here. We don't know when it's going to be, but it is overextended. As overextended as it possibly can get. So was there another bearish divergence here? Either way, we will have to wait for weekly market structure to form something like that and the break of that level for the altcoins to really go. We probably have to see quantitative easing happen. Not the slowing of quantitative tightening that we've seen in the last year, because the Fed has slowly tapered down the amount of tightening they've been doing. But that needs to stop and reverse. We need to see quantitative easing for our altcoins to do really well. There's no W really here on the weekly here for Bitcoin. So, you know, if we get something like, I mean, a little bit of a W. So the longer we consolidate here, the better the base will be to rally off of. So the longer it takes, the better, right? We were going to need a few months of consolidation after just up only. Let me exit this. Let's see if there's any chat here. I might have to go to the YouTube link to see your guys' chat. So Alan Ball, what's up, Red Squirrel? Private C, got any memes? Nikki Hansi, can you chart comp, please? C Hicks, Kai, Red Squirrel. Yeah, we'll look at those coins if you want to drop them in the chat. And while people come in, we'll do the boring stuff quickly. The weekly here for... Oh yeah, let's just go to the daily for BTC. I think there's... Yeah, that's a W breakout here, hey? You can see the W. That's not bad. I would have liked this maybe to come a little deeper, but this was a very, very volatile candle. That was the... Anyway, so there is a daily market structure here, and we're holding here. It's already broken out, so this is the confirmation candle now. What you want to see for this to be real is you need this candle to close above this horizontal ray there. Coinbase with a little W, we will probably see it open above the breakout level. And you'll see a theme across the board here with W's everywhere, right? This is Dogecoin on the daily. You can see the clear W here. Smash the likes. Yeah, please do. The Dixie, the dollar has been dropping off. If you remember my previous live stream, I drew this little box here. It's now been hit and it broke through it actually. So it is getting oversold here, as you can see with the indicators, with some bullish divergences forming on the daily. But we're probably going to get a little bounce, retest the previous lows of these areas, and then continue breaking down. It really looks like this 93 is in play. So it's just the area that's marked here. It's the previous breakout point on the weekly chart for ES. We should have seen like the euro rally. Yeah, okay. So you have the euro breaking out here. So the British pound is probably also strong. It's probably too late to swap your dollars into your local currencies if you're not a US citizen, or if you don't use dollars in your everyday life. But I remember a tweet I put out maybe a month ago for you guys to do that. It's always funny to me how the charts front run the news, right? Yeah, don't always believe the narratives, right? The tariffs, before the news was ever on the market, the charts were quite overextended already. So in the face of a falling dollar, you should see risk assets rally, but we've not really had that. Even my local currency has been pretty much going on, but it's a lot of fear and uncertainty, which might have caused that to continue going higher against the dollar while the dollar is falling. So the ES here, this is the stock market, not the prettiest of market structure you have here. This is the most insane volatility that we've seen in markets for a very, very long time. Getting to oversold areas, bullish divergences popping everywhere. You can see all of these indicators that are showing possible divergences. And you need to see divergences and you need strong divergences for trends to change, right? The weekly, the RSI and the indicators have hardly ever been this oversold. The last time it was this oversold just on the RSI, like actually dipping into oversold areas, was like the COVID lows. But it's a little bit higher there. And I wouldn't say this is more uncertain than the COVID lows, because many thought it would be the end of the world, right? The ETH BTC ratio here, right back to the bottom of the range here. There's no reason to be shorting it here. You're practically possibly at the lows here. But this is going to need a lot of time. You can see here when we bottomed it, it takes months to form a bottom, right? And this is the weekly chart. Maybe even quarters of a year for charts to bottom here and to reverse. Best case scenario you can possibly have here, if you wanted to do quickly, is like a few months of consolidation. Best case scenario. So there's still a lot of time here. There's no reason to get antsy here. No one really catches the ultimate bottom. It's pretty ridiculous. You can see like buy signals flashing down here. I just want to quickly check what it looked like when we bottomed back here. Yeah, so we need to build a range here sideways, and if ETH BTC cannot build the range sideways here, we're going to continue lower. And if we start losing these lows, I mean, we can probably rule out that ETH has been a failure. But anyway, we all use the stable coins, and there's really cool DeFi stuff. I'm just being hyperbolic. It's not the failure of ETH, you know. ETH is probably going to be around, much longer than most. And you can see the weakness here, whereas the previous coins that we've shown you guys, it's really already formed their W's. You know, this is hardly hasn't even broken out yet. And the breakout level is there at 1,668. We've talked about the euro quickly, still looking quite strong here, but you're buying close to the top here against the dollar. Gold, I mean, just continuing going higher and higher and higher. No reason to be going long here. Very, very late. Very, very late. You should have been interested in the 10 years that it consolidated sideways now, and probably buying the top there. A very crowded trade. You're starting to print some bearish signals here on the monthly. Let's look at Link. Let's see if Link has its daily W. That's not a pretty chart, but it is technically breaking out. I just don't like steep consolidations like that. I always like to see this come a little bit lower. But anyway, maybe it's very, very bullish, but I doubt it. Either way, it is in macro levels, which is the macro reload zone. It's this area. This is where you should be interested. I know these charts are very messy, but anyway. I'll just remove the indicator down here. Let's put on the line chart. Ugly bottom, right? But the stock market doesn't give you these nice rounded bottoms. Nvidia, very, very top. If you zoom out on this chart, it's very, very scary, right? It looks like an altcoin. I'm just going to remove the divergences as well. Let's see how far we came down. I'll just put it on default. Probably hit the 38.2. Let's see here, yeah. So this is still an area where people will go long, but definitely not in value. Others bounced off the 61.8. Not a pretty W, but it is what it is. Now others are total market cap excluding the top 10 and stable coins, so your shit coins. This is the dominance that the stable or the shit coins have in the market. Really not alt season just yet, and this is a V bottom. So you want to see something like that. And you know, I don't like charts that stop right above the reload zone. The zone is so powerful that if it stops right above it, it will probably most likely come back and fill that area, or at least create a W in there. Let's put on the weekly. I'm quickly going to see if there are some divergences firing here. Yeah, there is 6 potential divergences firing here, which could be interesting. Now we just need to see that W come in here, make that higher low. So that'll be good for the altcoins, eh? So the shitcoins are the stock market, the Russell, right back to the start of the range. This is back to October 2023 ranges. Well, not back, we're just retesting these lows. So, you know, something like that, then off we go. Solana gave you a chance here in the reload zone. My only concern was this space back here. The market moved back through it very, very quickly. Although we did have a good consolidation area here, you know, so that's why we found support here. And what does the market structure look like? It's not pretty. But it is so late in the market. Like generally in the past when I was trading altcoins in, so that's not a valid, so I was trading altcoins on Binance in the previous cycle. Like at this part of the cycle, they'll just come back and literally hit it once and just go off. I wouldn't have faulted the granny if she just blindly wanted to buy this level, the 1700 level, and it's now working out. Total market cap. Once again, not the best market structure down here. But there is your higher low and your higher high, so technically the trend has changed for the total market cap. You obviously just want this candle to close above here. What does the weekly look like? So the trend has changed on the daily for most coins, but not yet on the weekly. For the weekly to change, you need to get a higher low and a higher high. That'll be your trend change. Total 2. Same on the weekly here. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the daily candle there. Yeah, so there's your daily W breaking out now. Only now. This one hasn't confirmed yet. So this is total 2. This is the crypto market cap excluding BTC and stablecoins, which ETH is the largest coin in this index. So we can see it's a little bit weaker. It hasn't broken out just yet. It needs to close this candle for it to be a breakout. And I'll just plot the line for you there. So you need to have a close here and a confirmation candle, which will only confirm on Sunday. This is total 3 crypto market cap excluding BTC and ETH. So you can see this is already broken out and this is confirming now, just showing the weakness of ETH still in this market. 2-year yield, you don't really want to see the yield on these on the US 2-year and the 5-year and the 10 going up when we want the Fed to be cutting rates, right? Because people are getting paid more to hold these things, which is not a good thing. People were okay. So we actually interesting here. Now this is inversely to the market. We want to see this chart breakdown. This is USDT dominance, so the amount of people holding stable coins, and this is now actually breaking down. Bearish market structure here, which is the opposite of a W, or yeah, which is the opposite of a W. This is the M. This is what you want to see if you want to go short, right? So you're confirming this breakdown now. Some traders will short the retest, which means, you know, you come down and you retest it, so they'll short it there. So you can at least short this market, which is bullish for the rest of the market. Lots of divergences firing there as well. And the weekly, just like the bullish side, doesn't really have the trend change just yet, but the shorter time frames like your dailies do have that. Some people like to wait for weekly, and that's fine. Oil still breaking down pretty much here in no man's land. It looks like this 43 might get tested, you know, and when energy is cheap, risk assets do well. Okay, off here to PLS. I'm going to keep these drawings on here, actually. Maybe I should just remove them for simplicity's sake. So this is a V bottom on the weekly, for PulseChain, just like all the other charts that we've looked at in crypto. But if we go down to the daily, this is probably the better W's that we've seen on any of these charts. Which is pretty interesting as front running the market again. So on the candlestick chart, that's your breakout level. So the trend has broken out. This is the confirmation candle that we are now looking for. If we go to the line chart, I just sometimes throw in the line chart to clear up some of the noise, but I put more emphasis on the candlestick charts. You can see the clear W here. I mean, there are a few W's. So that's the large one here, which is now breaking out. So the trend has changed to bullish on the daily. I mean, we not only have this large W here, but there's a smaller one here. So W's inside W's, that's really, really good market structure that you're forming here now. Yeah, so it has already, I mean, the smaller one has already confirmed, right? But we'll wait for the larger one as we've seen a trend out of crypto. They pretty much all look the same. This was a valid retest, so the people that is taking this breakout trade has already gone long here. You know, they're in this trade and they're already up a little bit. No bearish divergences. You can see so we need 3 reasons to take a trade, right? Location, which means it is either in the reload zone, which we don't have on ETH, on PLS. We don't have the reload zone anymore, but these are new lows, so it is a trade location. You're not buying the lows. The trade location is simply just telling you that you're not buying the lows, right? It's this area in here. Okay, so anyway, this is a valid trade location as it's new lows. Then you need to see divergences. We had 4 divergences confirmed here, including the MFI, the Willy, and the MACD. And then the last thing you need to have is a W on the chart on this specific time frame, which is the daily. And you now do have that, right? It is it has broken out, but the candle here would confirm it, just to repeat what I've already said. So you do have a measured move if you're just trading it from the low to the breakout level, and we'll just extend that level. So this is what your trade would look like. It would be a long position. You would take the trade on the retest, which you just gotten, and we will take it to the target, which is at 3,213. And then we put the stop loss to a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? So let's go 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. There you go. So you will be you will be wrong when the market trades below 2037, and you're gonna lose 16% of what you put in here if you're wrong. So that means your trading portfolio, you can only use 1/3 of your trading portfolio on this trade. That will get you to 5% loss. And yeah, and the gain will be 32%. But obviously we're only using 1/3 of our trading portfolio. That is what is called proper risk management. And if we divide this number by 3, that gives us a 10% gain, right, on this trade. So you're risking 5% to make 10%. Now that is proper risk management. Okay, so there is that. We won't look at bearish indicators just yet. There's no bearish divergences on these charts. We're probably gonna run into buy the rumor, sell the news event on the 20th, which is if we're gonna have the case dismissed, or if the SEC isn't gonna bring new information, which is highly likely. This is probably the market front running that already. And the weekly, incredibly oversold, right? But no W just yet. We just have a V bottom here. So if we go off what is going on to here, we rally into the 20th, we come down to retest this level, and then we break out further. So that will give you your weekly market structure. And a good base to rally off of into the last leg of the bull run. Or the bull run just continues longer. I won't be surprised if that happens, because ETH needs a lot of room. You know, or here on the side that ETH is dead, or it's not going to have a rally at all, which I highly doubt. Okay, that was quite a extensive analysis on ETH there, just to tell you guys that it looks much better. Hey, let's just pull up the deck screener chart here. We can probably still look at PLSX. Yeah. Okay. Screw that. I'm not gonna struggle to look for that chart. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, I am getting the chat here now. Hans, is EX something that has some future, or is it doom? We'll look at the EX chart now. Okay, let's scroll through them. PLSX here, interestingly enough, hasn't really broken out yet. For the first time, PLS is actually leading PLSX. So hasn't even broken out just yet. If you look on the line chart, yes, maybe it's like retesting it now. But like I've said, I put more emphasis on the candlestick charts because trading on chain, right? Someone took a trade up here, so it's very, very valid. You know, the line chart is more for your traditional market. Okay, so there we go. But I mean, the market structure is there, right? It's a beautiful little double bottom. And I mean, we haven't really had this good market structure because it's the first time that Richard Hart has not manipulated these lows. Well, I speculate. It's even better than these. No, that was actually a beautiful double bottom. Yeah, this is what you need to see. And so we need 3 reasons to take a trade. PLSX is a much, much, much better chart. So do we have location? Of course we have location. It is literally at the bottom of the range, right? Below the reload zone. So yeah, here you go. There's your W. It's not confirmed yet. It still needs to do a lot of work. But PLS is kind of leading it already. Let's quickly take a look at the ratio. Yeah, this ratio looks actually quite toppy. So we can just move that down. This is a massive W. So this is the daily chart, and yeah, very, very high for PLSX versus PLS. Right, this is not in value at all. Like, there's no reason to chase that. If you're bringing in new USDC, I don't mind you DCAing PLSX. You know, you just look for the W on the USD pair. But if I'm looking to swap my PLS, which I already have, maybe into a swing trade, this is definitely not the area to be taking this trade. It's very, very overextended here. But it has been strong because Richard Hart keeps pumping this thing for some reason. Either way, this is simply just a bull flag, and it might consolidate for a little bit longer, right? Even trade between these areas. But I expect this to rally even higher. And I don't think the buy and burn has that much effect on these things. You know, guys, I don't really care too much for stupid narratives, right? You've heard me say these things over and over again. I might seem like a crazy person for saying it, but I've just been proven right over and over again. So Hex over here, let's just put on the line chart. So, I mean, this is already broken out of its W quite a while ago, like 2 days ago, you know, playing with this level. But so there's a large W here, right? And then there's a smaller one here as well. So quite strong. It looks even stronger than PLS on Hex on PulseChain. And just to go back to the candlestick chart, so this is our breakout. We broke out yesterday, and we're now confirming this. Let's quickly check out the weekly. And I wanted to check out the RSI. So yeah, V bottom. You know, we have a rally on the daily. Sell the news event to retest this breakout level, and then we can go again. That will give you your weekly market structure. So the RSI is nice and low. The RSI on the daily. Not any of our assets has divergences on the RSI. Now I really want to get exchange type. Where is PulseX? There we go. PulseX V2. Yeah, let's use that one. Okay, yeah. So let's see. I'm pretty sure there were divergences. So there's 5 divergences. The RSI confirmed the divergence. Oh, there it is, a divergence here. Okay, so yeah, there's 5 indicators that are fired there. Why is this so much different? Oh, you know, this is EX. Oh, this is EX. Hex from Ethereum. see here. Just X. Here we go. It's not the right one. USDC. Hex wrapped pulse. This is yeah, okay. This is the right chart. So you see this, it's just two confirmed divergences, which is fine. You just need a divergence on any one of those indicators. And then you need market structure, which we do have. We have multiple good daily Ws. And it's now confirming as well. Beautiful retest, holding strong. It even opened like literally on the breakout level. So let's put up our measured move. So 0.0075. And I'll just show you what the trade would look like. This is your breakout level. Take it all the way up there, and then a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And it looks exactly the same. Your risk is exactly the same. You can only use a third of your trading portfolio on this trade because it's quite a large range, which will bring you to a 5% loss if you are wrong. And you will be wrong at 0.004928. That's your stop loss. So that means you have to exit that trade. And you're going to win 10% if you are right. Okay, we'll go back to, we covered PLSX, we covered the ratio. Yeah, the ratio is definitely not a buy, as PLS is by far the cheapest RH asset if we compare them to ratios. Let's look at the ratio between HEX and PLS. Didn't quite come as low as the 61.8, which is your reload zone. But it's close enough, although it's not a trade location for me, unfortunately. I can't take the trade there. But it does have some bullish market structure here. I don't like the fact that it's sweet at those lows. But this is still a valid W. It's just a little bit too steep for me. So, I mean, this really looks like it can rally, but then just roll over again. Either way, it doesn't have to fulfill my trading rules. It can just leave me behind. So, I mean, this is your breakout level here for the ratio. And, you know, if it breaks above there and closes, I wouldn't fault someone if they wanted to swap some PLS for HEX. Yes, I don't know if this trend continues, which I'm not a big fan of. I would have liked PLS to perform pretty well. It just gives you more trade possibilities or trade chances. Either way, PHEX, I'm not interested. If it's not in this area, you know, then I'm not going to be interested. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'll just have to let it go. Luckily, I have a staking ladder, so I'm probably not interested to buy more HEX. I'll just sit on that ladder. So we looked at the ratio of both of those two. Now let's get to EHEX. I mean, I ranted about this for a very long time. And this was the you can see the small little W down here. I'll just show you how beautifully it got retested, you know, perfectly retested. Previous breakout levels like to get retested. So this is the weekly, once again just a V bottom, but on the daily not as pretty as the others, eh? So there is a small little W here. Definitely EHEX being the weaker of the others, but it's just because ETH has been so weak probably. So lagging a little bit. This is probably your breakout level there. Still lagging behind the rest of the market. Although it does have by far the best weekly W out of all of them. PLS and PLSX and PHEX made a V bottom here, where I've said these things in other previous streams as well, so I won't harp on about it too long. But either there is your W. It's quite a nice tight consolidation, and it will follow the rest when it breaks out. because they're all liquidity bonded, right? Let's look at the ratio. Let's see if it got chip. It didn't get chip. It looks exactly like EHEX. This is just an indication to show you that I want it inside the reload zone. And once again, I probably won't swap PLS for EX. Now I probably will if we get down here. It's too good of a trade, a ratio trade. But it's just going to be a ratio trade to sell back into PLS, and not the long-term hold. Not there quite yet. I'm not saying it's going to get there. I'm just waiting for my rules. And if it never comes, it is what it is. Interesting. So PLS by far is the strongest, which gets me pretty concerned. Is this rally might not be real, as we've never seen this happen on the PLS ecosystem. The fact that PLS has rallied before the others. Either way, there's no place for assumptions in markets. We just trade what the market gives us. Valid double bottom, right? So that's your breakout level. I'll just plot that line. What's this line I have down here? Oh, it's the previous lows, so we can get rid of that. So $1.34 is technically your breakout level. There is a smaller W down here. Let's just see if it was. That's 1.0371, 1.0382, so it is higher. So it was actually a valid double bottom here. I could have just plotted that line instead of using my brain. But as you can see, that is a valid double bottom, and there's your breakout. So technically, you do have that. Was this also a low? Yeah, so it even defended that low. This is pretty good, you know, pretty good market structure. It still needs to break above 1.28 on the line chart. It can easily happen, you know, maybe we just see a little consolidation there. Breakout, retest, and off we go. Okay, let's check out the ink ratio. See, if you're in the you know, nowhere close to where value is at for the PLS ratio, you know, ink is valuable down here. It just shows you how well ink has held up. But this is bearish market structure. You know, this is as bearish as any of the charts are. Because I'll just plot the breakdown level for you, right? So that is the opposite of a W, and if I invert the chart, it will be pretty clear, right? So there's the W, right? That's bullish market structure to take you higher, and it's actually breaking down now. It just shows that PLS is showing strength against the other cores for the first time ever. You know, but it's not in value. Against PLS, it's in value versus USD, but that's a different story. If you never ratio trade, I mean, then you can ignore all of the other stuff. I'm not a real fan of ICOSA, but there you go. There's a W for ICOSA, and it's much stronger than any of the other tokens because this is already rallying. This might just not be the best chart to look at because it's only 3.4k of liquidity. Let's see if there is a larger pool. I mean, there's a lot. These pools are very, very small. Let's just look at the ICOSA versus X because it holds the most volume or the most liquidity. Yeah, and it looks the same. It's breaking out versus USD. RSI, it's on its way. No, there's no divergences yet, so it's no real. There's no real reason to be looking for turnarounds just yet. Okay, let's check out your tokens. See if there's anything you guys want to see. J2 new launch looks funny. Deptard. Oh, that's the Jew coin. Is EHEX something that has some future or is it doomed? You know, none of these coins, if one of them are doomed, all of them are doomed because they're all liquidity bonded, right? Diamond Hands, what's up, dude? Furu. Oh, Mr. Famous. Famous used to really like me and then suddenly hates me. You know, there's nothing going on here on this chart. There is a small little W down there. I mean, it's doing $1 worth of trading. I suspect that this is the one you're asking about. I mean, right back to the lows, right? You're right back to where it started at. So if you're interested in it and it's going to continue, this is where you should be getting it. That is technically a W, you know. So it is bullish market structure. You have location. I'm pretty sure I can dig out some kind of divergences for you. Yeah, it's practically just retested the previous breakout level. Look at that. I mean, let's be fair. That's probably your breakout level, you know. But so little trading. I don't even know if it's worth looking at it, you know. So that is your breakout level for your PLS. The J2. The Jewish quantum layer 2. You guys. Yeah, so there's nothing bullish here just yet. It's still consolidating, getting rid of the initial buyers. I don't think racist coins are... It hasn't been a narrative just yet, and we're not going to manufacture a narrative quite easily. I don't know. Maybe it does well. I'll put it on my watch list and I'll check it out. Ask me again in the future. But nothing yet. What you have to see, obviously, is, you know, that low to hold. And I'll probably just wait for a breakout, because otherwise you're just catching something that's trending down. Some pump tires tokens do come back eventually. So you'll just have to keep an eye on it. Hope I don't pull up some racist imagery here and get wrecked. See someone who's looking for me. Guys, if you want to speak to me while I'm streaming, come here. VPLS from Raymond. Yeah, just wait for your higher lows and your higher highs, and then it's a buy, hey? Vouch staked PLS. So isn't this where you can stake your PLS for validators? Yeah, I think this is like a validator PLS. Vouch, get your share. Yeah, vouchers are guide. Okay. Yeah, it's liquid staking. Okay, cool. Yeah, check it out, guys. If you have PLS sitting around, you can stake it here at vouch.run. I know some prominent Hexicans are in that ecosystem. I just can't think of the names now. I know it's pretty safe, yeah. But isn't this yeah, I mean, it trades at almost the exact same price as PLS. You know, that's a W. And it looks quite a lot like the PLS chart itself. There's 14k liquidity, so if you really wanted to trade it, you know, this is probably, yeah, check how it trades 1-to-1 to PLS, you know, so it's just the PLS chart, okay? This is the same as SETH, staked ETH, which trades the exact same as PLS. And you can see that this isn't the great pair to trade. You can see someone fucked themselves up here on this wick because the liquidity is quite low. It's better than most meme shitcoins, right, at their low. So, yeah, there's no reason really to be looking at that chart. Raymond, you would just have to go study the fundamentals, and which I'm pretty sure is sound, because I know some of the people. Hans, what's your thoughts on Beast? I do have a Beast here somewhere. I think it's trending #1. You know, some people like to compound it, and, you know, my profession, and I don't like talking my profession, my skills is with charts, right? So, you know, not really. Some people like Crypto Kong and those guys specialize in compounding and stuff like that. I don't specialize in that, you know, I'm just trading the chart. And I sold somewhere here, took some profit, sold half on it. Well, I literally bought it at the exact bottom and gave it to my people on Patreon. So I think I've sold one or two doubles. You know, that's all I do. I don't mind what everybody else is doing. Lots of liquidity. It's definitely not the area to be interested in this, right? This is very high, and this looks quite toppy to me, you know, and it does these violet swings. So you'll just have to pull up your fib tool and wait for it to get into reload zones, right? Look here, it just V-bottomed inside of its reload zone and just went again. Let's see if we can get a PLS ratio, because everybody is swapping PLS into these things. They are not bridging over WBTC, you know, to trade this. You can see this one's on my watch list. I mean, that looks like a top if I've ever seen one. You know, that's a V top. You might just get your complacency bounce, but that is where you should exit. In here, I mean, if it reclaims it, you know, it is what it is. Pretty sure the indicators are going to show very, very overextended levels. And I mean, the last time it was this high, look at the times it was these here, right? I'll just mark it for you on the chart as well. So maybe take some off the table. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. You need to listen to me at your own risk. This is just what I do, and this has taken me years. Just go look at my Patreon and all the posts. It goes back years. Like, this has taken me a very long time to learn these things. So that's your responsibility, and I'm not responsible for what you do. So with that being said, we will move on to something else. I think RH always buys PLS6 because it's the only ticker that can't be minted, therefore more permanent effects on the price. I'm being a little bit harsh on him, right? I know what the plan pretty much is. He's alluded to it many times before. So if there's ever going to be a mass port of those ETH funds, it's most likely going to go in PLS first and then into the other cores from there, because you can double pump them, right? You pump the PLS price with stable coins, and because everything is bonded in their LP pools with mainly PLS, you're pulling up everything with it, and then you can rotate that PLS into the other core coins, launching them even further without affecting the USD value of PLS. You've asked me to look at PDI as well. How are you feeling about the PDI chart? This is probably... it's funny, when PDI gets over a certain price, it breaks the spare and just shows the PLS price. Here it is, right? So... I mean, you're just consolidating sideways here. That was always an ugly M. So, like I said, this is going to take a while, right? This is massive volatility. If you put on the line scale or the log chart, you can see the real movement that happened here. You know, you're still holding those lows. This was technically your signal that you could go long, but it's now really testing these people that went long here. You know, this is going to take a long time to digest. And I don't care about the fundamentals, you know, really, because no one seems to know, like, what's really going on. And I'm not picking sides. It's really not wasting my energy on shit like that. And all you can do is manage your risk. You know, this is very, very. This is the casino, right? You're not throwing like 90% of your portfolio in something like this. You know, look at this consolidation we had here. Pretty sure the people got really tested here. And I'll plot the bars pattern for you so you can see what the previous consolidation looked like. This was also like a 90% dip, right? So it bottomed on that candle there. This will just give you like an idea. You know, you don't expect a breakout if we go off previous times, like before April 23rd, right? Even a little bit longer because it bottomed here, there. So your best bet is probably just waiting for a weekly W to confirm here. But you have to continue closing candles above this 1,229 level. USD. And this is a V bottom on your weekly charts. This is a lot of time to go still. You know, and this is not the best sign, that the fact that you're still rolling over after on the weekly. But it's not the end of the world. You haven't closed candles below that level just yet. But if you start closing weekly or even daily candles below this 1,500 area, it's probably best to just close at that position and wait for the W to confirm. I don't know the obsession, like I don't understand it with catching the exact bottom. It's so dangerous. Anyway, I won't harp on too long about it, because maybe I get accused of picking sides. I think, yeah, okay, we talked about that. I seen J2 yesterday, never bought it, okay. Can you do bear? Can you do this bear? Thanks for the CA. This is Eros on PulseChain for the last 10 months, but recently community takeover. LP with 36 pairs. Okay. Oh, you want to look at the ratio. I mean, that's $700 of liquidity. You know what? I'm just going to get this and look at the pair with the most history. I can give you a much clearer analysis of this, just by looking at that pair. $1,300 of liquidity recently started breaking out. I would have loved if you guys told me about it earlier. You know, because that's almost a 10x. Yeah, that is a 10x from the lows. Very late, right? And the indicators are going to be very overextended. So this might be the top here. So if you really like this, you should wait for these areas down here. And this is most likely going to retrace the whole way. Markets don't like V bottoms. So it looks a little bit manipulated, but it doesn't mean it can't pump. But definitely won't catch it up there. Definitely not. This is dangerous. You need to wait for it. It's going to come down quickly. Something like that. And if you're still interested in it, there you go. Take over. Okay. Okay, I've gone through all the chat and it's not any more questions. I will go through some of the major pairs. PTGC looks pretty good here on the line chart, and it's still in the reload zone, so I mean you can still nibble that if you're bringing in new capital. This looks a little bit toppy here, interestingly enough. The thing is, I don't think it puts tokens on the sell side. But that's the thing with reflection tokens. It sometimes try to struggle to get up after a dip, as the reflections continually place more tokens above the price. But that was the old safe moon burn liquidity. Oh, there is a 0.5% liquidity tax. It's not a lot. 2% to the Dow. Staker reflections. And I mean, that is technically adding it to the sell side, because, you know, stakers sell healed. So that's more selling pressure. I'm not gonna go too much into that. This doesn't look like a bottom here. So there are your rest of your levels. You could have blindly just bought it at the 61.8, which I probably would have done if I had limit orders. Anyway, a little bit too early. See what's going on here. Let's look at the top trending coins. Gas money. Way too high. Way too high to be interested. Beast we looked at. Remember the 5th of September. Let's look at PLS ratio. I'd be interested down here for remember. Let's see what iTropa is doing quickly. Fallen out of favor. Very, very toppy. This is not good, this is collapsing with M's even on the chart, even at the lows. That's not good. And you're trading below previous lows, which is very, very bad. Yeah, that's not good. G baby. Let's just quickly go through the iTropa things. Yeah, continuing to roll over here. Just look at the M's on this chart. No bottom found just yet. Needs to go lower. Stacking PDI currently. Good for you, bro. No plan. Just blindly throwing money at stuff. But that's fine. That's how most people do it in crypto anyway. That doesn't impress me at all. Doing stuff without a plan. And especially someone like me that's been very, very fair to both sides of the argument. The old teddy bear. Yeah, it's just continuing down. Massive M up here. No bottom found just yet. It's a V bottom. Let's look at it versus PLS. It's going to look weaker versus PLS because PLS is actually showing some strength. Yeah, it's not good that the dev started dumping this. And then a new community takeover token. I don't know why B-Roots does community takeovers when he harps on about them, how he doesn't like them. It really changes his opinion quite a lot. Actually, a little bit of weakness here in the ecosystem. The PDI minter probably minted some tokens now. Solid X, be the house. Let's see if there's anything bullish on the weekly. You still don't have that W that you need here. A little bit toppy, eh? Yeah, it needs to show a nice tight range, something like this with a little W, not with wicks like that, like 9-inch. I should probably take some profits on this. I bought the lows. There is a W on 9-inch. This probably comes down to retest it here. To retest it, and then if it doesn't hold, it goes lower. But if it does hold, you can long that. Versus PLS, a steep consolidation like this generally just bear flag and continues lower. Maybe retest to those. This is the log chart, so maybe I should look at it like that. Let's see what the indicators did, how high they went on this little rally here. Yeah, it's not great. Best thing that could possibly happen here is sweep the lows, create a W, because then you will create your bullish divergences from these areas here, and then that's your signal to go long. BBC, I think this actually is stronger. V bottom on the weekly, just like all the others. Yeah, and that's a V bottom. Looks a little bit manipulated. That is the log chart. Let me look at that. They probably made the low here as well. No, it looks exactly the same. I should have. I bought this early. I should maybe sell some later. It's not a double for me. It just stops short from the double. Potatoes is way too high. I know they buy back their chart, so it's probably why it looks this weird. But can't look at it. Pay. Guys, drop in some requests so we can take a look at them. I mean, the original paper doesn't look great. This is the forked copy, right? V bottom. Time. I mean, I've looked at this previously, like not too long ago. No, I can't even look at it. It's way too high. That's unfortunate. It's been performing really, really well. But that is parabolic. That could just be the top there. And if I put on the line chart, we're most likely going to see so bearish divergence here for time. But it has had a good run, so I mean, you should take some profits there if I have some. I do have some. MPLS. Let's see if there's any comments on Twitter. Thoughts on Co Stevens Coin Co. Did he launch a coin? Let's see. Oh, you know, I remember he like created his little web. Yeah, coexist. PLS up. Very little liquidity. I mean, this was the liquidity web narrative was such a fucking LARP, actually. Just the whole Atropa PDI controversy has shown that bonding liquidity is rather retarded. I mean, there's nothing interesting here. Nothing at all. It doesn't look good. I won't buy that. Up and up X will do well as the PLS ecosystem rallies. 6.8 million, very, very high. I don't know, it could go much higher, right? But there's no value for me here. There's multiple bearish divergences on this chart, and if you do get a chance to get it in these areas, this is where you should be getting it. That's where value is at for this. It doesn't mean it has to go there. It doesn't mean it's on its way there. Just that is where value is at. Up X. This is the PLS X1. Yeah, still very strong, and nothing really has changed. M's on the chart, and we're gonna see divergences as well. You know, divergences. There was a nice little W down there that you could have traded. Would have given you a 3x on your PLS. Rob, the Richard's only brother, still active. Ah, look at that. A nice little W on Rob. Right at the lows. You should probably get some here. Let's just quickly look at the PLS ratio. Yeah, it's perfect breakout there. So the RSI is a bit high already. It's taken a lot of work. But it has unfortunately left value already. So can't technically really look at it as it's already leaving the station, right? Yes, you have to let that one go. Maybe if you really want to chase it, you know, what's a few hearts between friends, or what's a few PLS between friends? Wait looks terrible here. What's the 0x Coast guys doing? Anyway, not looking good. Mintra is hardly doing any volume. Gerardo is busy with AI websites and stuff, so it's nothing going on there. Pzen, you know, that's a V bottom. Someone tried to exit there. Yeah, this is a top for Pzen here versus PLS. So take your profits and buy the lows. Not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. A1A. I still think this is a Sunny Decree ecosystem. Don't know. This looks terrible. It's gonna roll over again. It's probably because it has burned Alpi with a tropo or something. Tetra. V bottom, eh? Oh, he was just here. What's his name? Red Squirrel. I don't like this dude. You know, it's no reason to be chasing this. Please don't hate me, guys, just because I'm commenting on your chart. I don't know where the top is. Could still go higher. There is bearish divergence between these, but it is rallying here, so it's probably not the top just yet. Let's just see here. It probably hits its head against this level, and then no, that's too much. Maybe retest the lows, right? That's a little bit aggressive, and then wait for the W. GME UFO. So let's see, look at UFO. This is quite a popular one. Inside the reload zone. Does look like it wants to go a little bit lower. I see they are trying to get this ecosystem back on its feet. Carp DM. I did really well on this one. I want to rebuy it. It looks like it has some liquidity attached to PDI or iTropa, because those wicks look very, yeah, it's got a liquidity LP here. Only 1,000. It seems like they've ported it over. Otherwise, you're going to have this sync with DAI. So luckily, they've removed some of that LP there. Let's look at no permissions from Mr. Randy Alarski. Trying to bottom here. It's got some higher lows. It's on the USD pair. Let's look at the PLS ratios. V bottom. This is going to roll over and retest these lows. It needs to create a little W down there if it wants to defend its lows. Just draw it a little bit better. And that would be your signal to go long once it confirms above that level. Alien. This is the same PTGC ecosystem, and also trying to find a bottom, but got a lot more work to do. No, probably retest this previous breakout level there. Calm, Mike, Mr. Almighty. I'm struggling with the names. Yeah, it needs a lot more work here. That's a little M up there, so probably retest these lows. No, it's, yeah, not there yet. Dude, this freaking coin. I think you have to buy some of this to get there. But that looks like a top if I've ever seen one, you know. But I would love for this. You know, I'll actually put a little reminder for myself here. Alert me when price in sump goes under 26, and we'll get an alert for when that happens. Definitely want to get some of this. Sump on Pulse. Yeah, I think you have to pay Sump to join. Yeah, simply it's 7k Sump required. I don't know what the benefits are. Interesting. It's done really, really well. I wish I got some of this. Diamond, unfortunately, bought this before they fucking rugged it and relaunched a reload scam. It looked really well. Like it had its little double bottom. It was trading above its higher high, and then they fucking rugged me and relaunched the reload scam, which is doing terribly as well because they just abandoned it. They just wanted to extract Diamond. Fuck. DMND. What am I doing? It didn't even pay for the DEX screener listing. Yeah, so this is the new one they launched, and it's fucked. Just anyway. If you look at the top traders, the top trader is the guy that deployed it. You can see, I won't go into it anyway. I did post the screenshots on Twitter. The reason why I'm so pissed about it is because these guys come after me when I've made honest mistakes, like when I shilled James at a 10k market cap and it went all the way to a million market cap, right? And then the dev sold and panic spread and everybody left, right? You can call that technically a rug, right? But that was 100x. And then they attacked me for it, and look what they're doing to their own tokens. And you can't tell me this is not by them. I'm not stupid, you know. When only you are talking about Diamond and Kishka for the whole bull market. Only you. And yeah, anyway, I'm over it. Fart. You know, fart coin on Solana is taking off. So, and this was launched before the fart coin on Solana, which is all the hype, right? Look at this. It's one of the highest market cap tokens if we sort it by market cap. Look at this fart coin, right? 900 million. Taking a little bit of a dump. It was 900 million yesterday. So, I mean, look at this picture perfect bottom that is formed here, right? Don't chase this here. I literally bought the bottom, like this 24 area. I've already sold 2 doubles on this. It's a little overextended here. Maybe I should close that position. And you can see the beautiful rounding that happened here. But that fart coin, so it does have this narrative here on PulseChain, right? And it's bottoming here. You can see the double bottom, the breakout. Yeah, it's a valid double bottom, and this is versus PLS. So a nice little accumulation starting here now. So yeah, don't sleep on this fart. Do check it out. I'm not associated with them. I don't even know. They probably don't even follow me on Twitter. Let's just see. Flop 9-inch. So I'm following them. They don't even follow me, right? So it's not a shill or a whatever. I just think this is a good buy here. And in fact, you can possibly even wait, like, because it's failed at the breakout already. You can just wait for this to close above. It's just what I would do. X USD. No, it needs a little bit more time. It's technically in the reload zone. Let's go to Midgard quickly and let's see if we can read the contract on Midgard. Midgard.wtf. Okay, let's put Midgard here, and then we will copy the contract address. I just quickly want to see what kind of okay, it is verified, so we'll be able to read the contract, view the contract details. Oh, it's just a GoPulse token, okay. But it has other stuff built around it, right? No W, it's a V bottom, it needs more time. Now, if you lose these levels, you're going to this 1900 area. That'll be much healthier if you retest this previous breakout levels than somewhere here in no man's land. But it can easily just turn around, right? It just needs to make its double bottom, and there you go. X with ordnance. So this is just a treasury token, like all of the trading goes to. This is going much lower. This is going all the way to 8.9 or 9. I actually forked this. This is what FIB is made of. But what they went with making an LP web, which I think is, I thought, well, it's performed much better than FIB could, so I have to humble myself. I thought that maybe it would be a good idea to, instead of, splitting 50% of the treasury rewards and bonding with other tokens, it would be just best to just use all of the treasury funds to just add more LP of PLS. But then the thing is, what I've learned from watching these charts and trading on chain and launching tokens on chain is you need a cabal. You need a cabal of people that will extract slowly or effectively, or you need people that aren't gonna sell. So what's up, Midgard? I see they're posting there on my. Yeah, I mean, this block explorer is pretty cool. Well, I've already changed my. There's lots of stuff here that I haven't even checked out, but I am starting to use it. Look at this. Oh, it's the price chart. Yeah, this is really cool. So yeah, you can go into your Rabby wallet, go to more, and add custom network. And when you click add custom network, you will see the networks that you have added there. And if you go to PulseChain and you press the edit button, go ahead and change that block explorer. You'll see the RPC settings, you will see the chain ID, you will see the chain symbol, and then you will see the block explorer and in brackets optional. Go in there and put midgard.wtf. So when you check your transactions, it will open it up here in Midgard instead of using the old block explorer that we currently have, that sometimes just takes very, very long to update. Yeah, and then you can paste in your address here, look at your tokens, etc. Read the block explorer. What I'm really interested to see actually, what token was that? Because there are some tokens, yeah, it's remember, that if you looked at them on the block explorer, because it just bugs out. Although it was even verified. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Let's read the contract. So, oh, you can actually freaking read it. There you go. Oh, so there's a few contracts here. Huh. So now you can actually fork remember. Huh. You can paste the contract address in here. Let's see what it analyzes for us. This is actually very, very cool. calculating transactions, feed, verifying source code, fetching contract data. The thing that some of these people can build, like it's, I wish I paid more attention in IT back in the day when I was still at school. A sell tax, a 30% sell tax. Damn. 0% buy tax. Set reflection fee, set. Okay. So these are the functions that I have. I am not at all proficient in Solidity at all. I just like looking at these things. I know very little. I just know how to copy it and ask AI how to change certain things. Wow, what a tangent we went on there. Yeah, do check out Midgard.wtf if you're not using it and testing it now. Like you complained in the past about the Block Explorer, right? The default one we had, like Otterscan and those things. Then you need to check yourself. We looked at Ord. Let's look at Access. I don't see Access that active anymore. But there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of a step back. I mean, crypto can get exhausting, especially if you're an influencer or people trying to create content on PulseChain, because you are very, very underappreciated. And I often ask myself why I do this. Yeah, I mean, nothing interesting just yet. You know, you need to at least come down, maybe form a little bit of a W. Still in the reload zone. You just need to see some higher lows come in here. It's very, very toppy there. Reflux. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is Pulse Lorian. He took down his website to create those reflection tokens. But there is another one. Icarus.forge. Icaria Forge. Forge.icaria.pro. So if you wanted to create a reflection token, you can create one here. You know, you can create the treasury one, which reflects PLS to the dev wallet. You've got a burn one here, so if you want to burn another token, there's a reflection. If you want to earn the native token, there's a yield one if your token wants to yield another token. And support, I'm not quite sure what support. Burns tokens from an external contractor to create deflationary pressure. Okay, so burn is burning the native token and support is burning another token. Okay, nothing interesting there. Friendship, very reliant on Sami shouting them out. Geez, it's really not been doing any volume. But if you, I think this reflects PLS to Sami's wallet. So, yeah. If you want to support Sami. Monk, I mean, this is probably dead. I should be removing this. COCK, this is the MX guys, this meme coin. I know they're actually also building, it's probably already done. I did think they asked me to check it out, but I've been so freaking busy. They also have something like that Icaria Forge, where you can launch tokens. But this is very volatile, and I think they have I think it has a mint function, but they are building a project, so you know I don't mind them minting token if they need to support their their other projects, because they do need, like, these builders do these things sometimes under very, very. So yeah, it does have a mint function. Either way, it's a way of these teams to support themselves. Some of them do build stuff for free. I mean, look at Midgard here. They've built a cross-chain bridge. They've got a aggregator, etc. And with this volatility, I won't be surprised if they are minting some tokens for themselves. But anyway, it is what it is. SPX. We can probably check by just going to the top trader. Yeah, these, I mean, it's not a lot of money. It's, if these are mints, it's really not, it's nothing. Anyway, SPX, it's actually rallying. So this did really, really well, like for a day, literally for 2 days. Counting back now, this is the thing with stuff that rallies off its lows like that. I mean, that looks brilliant, eh? That's a breakout. But what I see on PulseChain is once these things like have already had a rally and it starts rallying again, these RSIs go up so quickly. Look at the daily is overextended. So it probably needs to come down to retest these levels before going again. So there is an SPX 6900 on ETH. It's one of probably ETH's best meme coin they have there. It's one of Murad's most favorite tokens. XUSD. Let's see if they held their lows. Yeah, nothing interesting here. Mog was all the rage. Back to its lows. It's gonna roll over again. Dark Maga. I should really start removing some of these tokens that have died. Interesting that this is catching a bit here. I don't know if this was... Isn't this... Huh. Let's see if they're active. Yeah, it is Big Brain and those guys, Joshua Wu and Maximus, whatever. Doc Pika. I mean, that's technically a W. Let's look at it, see what it looks like versus PLS. Nah, not there just yet. I'm gonna remove it from my watch list. It does look a little bit dead. Hog. See there, these guys are still active. They create cool manga. And they do have a little W there, but this is PLS's strength. And the fact that they're LP bonded, there is a W down here. Can't fault someone if they wanted to go long on Mog here. Let's see if they're still active. I mean, at this stage of the bull market, if it's not a new launch, we need to be very, very, very strict on these things. Yeah, I mean, 9 hours ago, they're still posting, hey? So, yeah. I think I did buy some here somewhere. I actually checked my Discord. That's a hog. Begon, this is dead. It's begun. Hot share. $500 of liquidity. This is dead. Dead. Dome, the flat earth guys. They don't know if they're still active. Let's see. Look at PLS. Technically a W, hey? Jeez, things have taken an exceptional beating on PulseChain. The last time they were active was in February of 28, so It's a pass, unfortunately. RSI, that's a top. It's the exact same contract as Orb and Fib. Spoken about it, but I'm not giving it any attention. It doesn't deserve any attention. Lazy, this is Crypto Sloth's token. Did very, very well, but it's now having its first consolidation here. This was one of the first tokens that was launched on Pump Tires. Let's look at the indicators. Getting oversold here, but unless there's a W, there's no reason to be interested in this at all. Nexion. What is this? I mean, that's a valid W. I should probably... 13 hours ago. This looks good. Let's actually go ahead here and analyze this token and see what it does without having to read. I can probably just read the build on PulseChain powered by Neon. DApp ecosystem office of Demos is capped at 1 billion. 90% of sockets distributed users who enter into the Nexion auction within the first 10 days. I have no idea what this is. Calculating fees. I don't know if I should be showing that. 2% tax, set fees in transfer function. So that's a blacklist. Oh no! It's a whitelist for the tax. So it's not bad at all. Fine burn. So it's a little tax token. It's technically a W. I mean, I should probably check if I have this. I'll have to use. Oh man. Oh, there is a wallet. There is a portfolio tracker somewhere. It's Pulse Tracker. Okay, I can use this to check where I bought this because it's on my watch list for some reason, right? That is technically a W there. Let's just check out the indicators. A little bit high, but I mean, yeah. So I mean, there is a little buy for you guys if you guys are interested. It's technically a W, and it's in location, right? It's at its lows. I'll just quickly paste this in my Discord. So I want to go buy this later. Just need to label it as well. Neon. Okay. That's Neon. Trump. This is the official Trump guy, that guy with a massive wallet. I didn't even launch this. I mean, check this guy's wallet to launch it. And fucking the people attacked me for this as well. This guy has like... Oh, the D-Bank doesn't even work. But he's got like $1 million portfolio. But it pumped like freaking hard. But I mean, all the meme coins do this. And we'll come to the most successful influencers on PulseChain that also launched coins that are wrecked. New Block Explorer, UpX. Yes, we follow on Twitter for Altcoin. I think Axis got a bit toxic, teamed up with Randy and Co. Now he's been part of the 9-inch guys and Solid X. Collaborated with them very, very early on. Trump. SA. Okay, so that, I mean, that looks like a dud to me. Don't know what SA does. I think this is part of the OG Chef ecosystem. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, please. Not a buy it. Flexmas. Yeah, if this goes to the investor, yeah, it's investor. I gave a pretty good buy on this the other day, but I didn't buy myself. I forgot. This is bearish. This is going to come down to retest these lows. Back to those lows. And that's where I'll get some again. We've looked at, remember, Astro Pepe. This has been doing well. Very, very strong. Looks a little bit toppy up there. Actually bought this on pump tires. Maybe we should take a look at pump tires if there's anything interesting on pump tires. Did they really just relaunch this? You must be kidding me. So they already reloaded on Kishka. These guys. And you guys give them a free pass, but you attack me. Here we go. Let's see. So this is why the risk diode, why you don't talk about scams, because people saw that I posted about Kishka. And they actually launched it. Right, the X Diamond. And this is Kishka will be reloaded next. And they actually went and launched it. These bastards. Anyway, there you go. Wrecked already. Astro Beast we looked at. Oh yeah, this is the SPI Gold card Visa. Looks dead. I was just thinking about you looking at the PS charts. Yeah, PokeX, if you go to the beginning, you'll see I covered it. Yeah, all of them have Ws. It looks pretty good. But some of them need the confirmation to happen. Bonnie Richard's first car. Just tagging along here, getting the weekends out. Win. Oh, this was Sticker Guy, and we will win. Oh, I don't know what this is. Now let's remove this from the watch list. Fox I thought would do pretty well. I liked the little he's tweeting every day, but it's just not catching on. It is hard, you know. Getting a meme coin going. Once again, you need a cabal, unfortunately. No cabal, no token. It's like that saying, you know, if a tree collapses in the forest and no one hears or see it, did it actually happen? You know, that's how I feel about these meme coins. If there's no cabal, there's no token really. And unfortunately, you get extracted on the way up. But that's why you have to sell these tokens. You have to take your profits. Because the cabal is, you know, they're launching these things to make money. Moon Panda is doing pretty well. This is also like a reflection token. Yeah, for some reason it is doing well. I think they launched another one on it. To burn some of it. mnemonics. I think that's the right way to say it. No, this doesn't look great. This is rolling over again. Cry me a river. I think this guy is active. I think I saw him yesterday. 20 hours ago. See what you guys are saying. So this is a fork. So the dev just reached out to me. We made it from scratch. Oh, okay, it's not a fork. Awesome, damn. And then we can check the change log to see the changes that these guys have made. If you do enjoy it, do send them a donation. Okay, so maybe you can get an airdrop, guys, if you do a donation. But it's not up yet to check it out. Where is your change log? Oh, here we go, down here. This is pretty cool. I haven't seen a good block explorer like this. And I've used many. And actually the profile page looks freaking cool. Let's look at this guy's wallet quickly. From this guy. No tokens found. Obviously, I don't want to pull up my wallet here. Yeah, do check out your profile pages. That's a token project. Latest transactions. Oh yeah, here you can see. This is what the profile page looks like. A breakdown of all the tokens you have. I know there is a pie chart somewhere. You can see the total value. He's got $50 here. So this is Cry. Cry is dead. I can remove that. And the J coin. The J coin. Anyway. I have many other watch lists we can look at. Let's quickly scroll through the Tang Gang. See what is up with the Tang Gang. Still very high here. It's not valuable there. HOA. It's just been moving sideways for a long time now. Little bit droopy. And dick with butt. Doesn't look great, eh? Something like that. I don't know if these come back, eh? I mean, this is like doing $5 of volume. Let's see how much the entire Tang Gang tokens, how much volume they're doing. It's not really fair to do it like that because I don't have all the 9-inch pairs here. Let's just look at the one with the most pairs. Here we can see, I mean, you know, you're not doing much more than 3.5k volume on all your pairs. Nothing really interesting, but you know, after a massive market-wide PulseChain crash, you know, not many tokens are going to survive that. We've looked at Atropa, Big Brain. Seems like Big Brain, these guys are focusing on PulseChain. So ticker PulseChain, right? So this is a play of ticker Bitcoin, right? This is like one of those schizo memes. Here's ticker Bitcoin. It's actually interesting to look at this right now. This is one of the top meme coins on ETH. Oh, this is the wrong one because ticker Bitcoin trades on Ethereum. Here we go. This is the right one. 1 year and 11 months. Let's see. Ooh, that's the 3-day. Look at that. Can you believe it? There's the bottom on this chart. Let's see if there was any divergences close to this. Nah. It's 3-day. You know what? You know, that's a daily W. Let's look at it versus ETH. You know, I can't. I should probably get some of this here. Because, you know, if the market comes back, this and SPX will do pretty well. Let's look at SPX quickly. Here we go. Man, we've covered a lot on this stream already. Oh man, this is way too bullish. You know, it's very strong. Should have gotten some down here. What's the market cap on this? 470 million. It's half of what Fart is. Damn, I should have bought this low here. You know what? If ETH has its day, and it does really well, you know, these ETH meme coins are gonna do like crazy shit. Because this is rallied in the face of extreme ETH weakness. Interesting, eh? You know what? Probably put that on my main watch list. Let's really swap some ETH for Bitcoin. So yeah, ticker Bitcoin, and then the full name is Harry Potter Obama Sonic Inu, Sonic 10 Inu. And this is the play they're going for, right? Peter Parker boosted 9/11 Kirby Pepe, I think. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, and the KTP and I don't know if other influencers, bless her heart, like attacked them for stealing the PulseChain name. But it's, you know, if you don't understand the meta, I know you can get confused, right? So, but that looks quite good, you know. They've got a guy that makes like smoking a cigar. I actually bought that low, just for my little disclaimer that I am in this token. But that looks good, right? And there are your higher lows here. And there's a little bit of a W here, a small little W there. So it's technically breaking out. So this is the other one. So they're kind of like a splinter of the Tangang. It is best to rather focus on one single token. Yeah, so their tokens, I mean, they're a splinter of. I don't think that I don't hope they get offended if I say they're a splinter from. But Big Brain, he does make good memes. So, and OMG, I know they got a lot of frack from the leaders of Tangang because they wanted to launch their own tokens. This is a little bit overextended here, but I mean, do we all remember how well this did? Like, damn. What's the market cap it got to? Yeah, I mean, 404 million market cap. Damn, that was insane. This is before the Trump meme era. I don't know if it does another rally. It doesn't look like it because it's already overextended here. Price on the indicators. And he launched a few others, but I mean, you know, these these meme coins don't do that well. They all kind of struggle. I tried my best. Like I reflected like 7k of PLS back into this chart, you know, but I have people that are in my group that are traders, right? So I mean, that is never gonna leave my name. The fact that you know, I do sell tokens, so I don't have the best holders. I don't have the best cabal, I should say. They're not the best holders because they're traders and they sell tokens, which is not conducive to having a great chart. You know. Maybe we bottom out here and we'll rally up. Oh, the vampire attack didn't help much. The fact that people that I consider to be my friends would vampire attack me. Fork the same code, name it as the same indicator, or name it an indicator. People have zero creativity in PulseChain. These Midgard guys have made us proud. Teddy Jr. What's up, guys? Teddy Jr. Let's see. I did tell you guys to... Yeah, you know what? I will buy some here. I'll buy some Teddy here. Finally getting my nibble on Teddy. Let me remove the VPVR here. A reminder for myself to get it again. Yeah. Starting to move sideways here, which is good. Okay, there's a PLS2 here. I don't know if we should go through this. And these are like really, really dark. Dark is rallying well. Don't quite know what that is about. Incognito. It's also just a flash in the pan. Pulse Lorian, I think. Flop. Alive. This is Axis Alive. It's a second token. Doesn't look great. DPE, Rolex, Bidet. Dead. Yeah, dead. Now this is a real DJ and stuff. What is it? Tinfoil Society. Oh man, this also looks dead. Now everything just dies. Then we have all of the RH memes. Kind of catching a bit here. Should we start from the bottom or the top? Let's go from the top. Most. It's not a healthy chart. It really doesn't look great. You know, you need a W. You need to have a proper W, like somewhere down here. Pump tires. Let's look at this quickly. Yeah, needs to retest these lowest markets. Don't bottom on V bottoms, something like that. Elon. We'll go through them quickly so we can finish the stream up. Needs to defend these lows. Defend them and break out. That will be your signal to go along there. Let's look at Mars. And we're always looking at PLS ratios because we're swapping PLS. This doesn't look good, you know. If you lose this level, We're going much lower. Are the indicators reset? Indicators aren't even oversold just yet. So it doesn't look great, eh? Hex. Meme coin Hex. Might catch a bit as Hex rallies. You know, there's a small little W down there. Let's hope that the indicators are, it's not reset. I don't know what it is with these pump tires or RH memes. I don't want to get oversold. I mean, that is technically W. You know, so I can't fault the granny if she wanted to go long here. Small nibble, right? Selling halves on doubles on the way up. First double and the free position. I mean, you're at 20, right? Because we're buying it at like somewhere there. BTC meme. No, it's got lower to go and it needs to make a little W. Doge. RH Doge, making new lows on USDC, making new lows on PLS. So it's a long way away from bottoming. Needs a W, right? Pepe. RH Pepe. People call it R Pepe. New lows. Yeah, I mean, it's hardly holding on, you know. It's probably needs something like that. Not there at all just yet. That's Pepe. A stablecoin DAI. Not there yet. It needs more time. Probably the most oversold chart there is. Yeah. So we can be patient here. That's a V bottom. Nothing close to good structure just yet. This looks a little bit better, Trump. Oh. The RSI slap bang still in the middle of the range. It doesn't look great. Well, it's not bad. It's just there's nothing there yet. ETH. So V bottom needs to hold the low, then it will be a breakout once it closes above that level, which is 4.8 PLS per ETH. This is the ETH meme coin, right? So something like that. You need a little W. It's just retesting this previous breakout levels now, but not ready yet. PLSX meme. V bottom, nothing there just yet. Needs a W, and that's the ugliest drawing ever. There we go. PLS meme. Nice rounding. So rally, hold to the low, higher low. Not there just yet. V bottom. You're gonna have to join my Patreon if you guys want these signals as they happen. Most likely not gonna stream it as it happens, and then you're already gonna miss it. V bottom, you know, rally, higher low, and then we can go. It's a good rhyme. ADA. New lows, right? So there's nothing here. Needs more time. USDT. Nothing yet, right? Starting to round. It's like only now starting to round, right? But needs a lot more time. Solana or Sol. V bottom. XRP. There's two XRPs actually. This one looks nice. Yeah, there's a technical W there, and many higher lows. So I can long this actually. $61K market cap, cheap, right at the floor. And this is the other one. Not quite there yet. Doesn't look as good as the other one. Okay, we've done all the RH memes. Let's finish. Why don't you launch a coin? I am only a South African dude on the net. Yeah, agree. These Muscat guys. Okay, it seems like we have finished everything. All right, that's that. Thanks for watching. Do like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already.